All right, let's dive into things. Okay, would you use artificial intelligence to recreate a loved one after they've died? No. What? Well, the Wall Street Journal is reporting on some example of how people are using the advanced technology to reconnect with those they've lost. Now, one parent of a school shooting victim used AI to recreate his son's voice for gun control advocacy. Oof. Another father used video recordings of his late daughter to create a birthday message for his wife. Now, with the advancements in AI technology, do you support the idea of a digital afterlife for loved ones? Oh, this is a tough one, right?
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
So it was funny watching the audience as you read that, Andrea, because I feel like everyone went through the evolution that I went through as well, where at first I thought, anytime I hear AI, I instantly think Terminator. And I think, oh God, here we go. Like, buckle up, everybody. This is gonna be awful. And then the sentimental part of me says, I love this. I love this so much. The idea, I'm gonna try not to cry as I say this, but the idea that my grandma who passed, who was like my favorite human, that I could hear her again, or I could have a picture of me with my kids and her in it, that would be the best gift. Do I want that forever? No. Grief is a process. You gotta go through the steps. And grieving her wasn't my story today, and it wouldn't be my story forever, but it was for a time. And I think going back to that would be beautiful. You know when you're like cleaning up, and you open a box and you find a picture and you go, oh, yes. Can you imagine that, but hearing the voice?
Hearing the voice that is beautiful. I feel like the photo situation, that's almost like a Photoshop situation. And I think I trip up over the voice and putting words into someone's mouth. You know, I find that to be very tricky. And also,
but what if, say, your wife or husband dies, you program it to be like, I always loved the way you stacked the dishwasher. It's actually quite fast and good to stack it haphazard like that.
switch it.
So you're going.
That's not an impression of my wife.
I love that. Use humor with grief.
Yeah, but also just like in a petty way, I'd love to stick around. If I died before she does, I'd love to like just, you know, show up when she's with her new lover being like, are you sure?
I don't know if that's how it works.
No, I know. You would have to you would like boot up like a projector, right? And then like all of a sudden you'd be there. So then it would be in your control.
But
I love it. I love it. I just want to say, everyone's. No, I'm not joking. Everyone's reaction when you brought up the topic was like I was like, everyone's gonna be like, of course, this is great. All our dead people can party. But apparently, no one knows fun dead people here.
Okay, maybe Sabrina. Maybe the caveat is that this is something because this is new territory AI, right? Yeah. Maybe the caveat is before we die, we pre-record pre-approved messages to our loved ones, so we have control. And maybe it is the whole, you know, if I pass and you're gonna marry again, I'll say some nice things, maybe I'll say some terrible things. I will have pre-approved messages, and then I will put those in my will. Maybe an AI part of the will is the next one.
That's a great idea, but let's talk about the reality of what is actually happening and how they're using it. First of all, when you have this AI technology, you don't get to control what your deceased loved ones say or do. So you can make them say or do anything, things that they would have never said if they were alive. So that's problematic, right? And I think, and I think also whenever you have people, you're tugging on heartstrings, what's connected to that? Purse strings. So how much is this gonna cost for you to hear that past loved one, right? That's another issue.
I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be cheaper than that medium you've been spending your money on. I co-sign.
Yeah, but wait, you don't have to go to that medium. And the New Jersey medium is gonna reach out to you and talk to you about that. Melissa Grelo, reach out to her. But here's the deal. But I'll tell you something. Real talk. There's this company called 11 Labs that actually does this. They get a pre-recorded video of recording, and then they can customize a message for you. Now, that sounds great to everybody, but this same company also got tripped up because they use that same tool to tell people in fake robocalls to not vote in the primary in New Hampshire. And they use President Joe Biden's voice.
That's
so this
Terminator.
is a problem. This is the ethical problem.
Terminator.
Where we want it, but at the same time, what are the ethics? How are they going to use it?
The ethics is we just march over to 11 Labs, light that place on fire, and start our own company. I'm not saying to actually do that, but what better motivation to outlive your partner than knowing that your partner can make you say anything they want if you die first?
It's true. Okay.
So quit smoking, get on that treadmill.
So you can get your AI voice in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
there. What did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.